Hey guys, it's Access Denied back again with episode 3 of developing a YGO Sim. We're going to actually start sharing how the community can help out. Uh, as you guys will see, I'm actually doing a lot of work and I still have a life. I work 45 hours a week approximately. I wake up at 9 and I usually don't get home until a little after 7 or so on most days. And sometimes I'm really tired and I have a social life and girlfriends, I guess you can call them that I have commitments with. So I actually have a team of about 13 people helping me out. Depending, they're of various skill levels, surpassing my own to people that are just now learning how to open up a console, or they actually don't have any type of programming skills and they just do testing or data finding or data crunching. So anybody with any level of skill set can help as long as you listen. And having those types of people on the system helping me has been something that I've really appreciated. If you'd really like to follow our adventures or ultimately help out, please like, comment, and subscribe, and share the video to get the word out that we are working on another YGO Sim, that its ultimate goal is to solve a lot of the social issues in Yu-Gi-Oh! If you are a person that wants a better simulator, one that doesn't have a lot of hate in it, one where it's updated on time, one with less glitches, one where the administration actually cares enough to ask you how your day was, one that reaches out to Yu-Gi-Tubers and promotes little Yu-Gi-Tubers and teaches them the ropes, one that teaches people how to program, and one that's designed for ultimately when its current developers goes away, the community can carry it on. I highly suggest that you subscribe to this video series. Now moving on, what you're looking at on screen right now is waffle.io, which I'm using a type of agile development to keep kind of a backlog and a record of what we're working on, so I can dish out work and solicit when I do need actual help with things, and to give the public an idea of what we're working on and where we're focused. So just going through what we're currently working on is a card database connector, which I showed you. Our servers are going to be based on IRC, much like YVD. Our current chat system is based on Unreal IRCD, which is what YVD uses. We're switching to Inspire because it gives us a little bit more control, and Inspire's future plans are web development integration. WebSocket integration, and we've already created the baseline for the interface for that, so it's just a matter of time, really. Standard input-output additions, I've already shown this back in episode 2. We really do need help with that. I'm not that great with C#, and I'm having trouble tracking down some stuff. A specification paper, which is basically what the simulator is going to be, to hand out to other YouTubers, so in the future they can give out that information and explain what the sim is and help us get help. Add Linux launcher support. Currently our system is written so it runs on Linux, but there's no actual deployment for it. So right now we're working on getting computer systems so that we can actually make something that we can use. That's kind of on me at the moment, but we could use some help with that, actually making it deployable, but that requires that I write up a specification paper of how to do the deployables. Add OS X launcher support. this is actually nearly done. It runs into the same issue with the Linux support. I hired some people overseas to hash out the bugs, and they've been really slow about that. I create humans.txt. This is actually overdue, and it should have been, at last I checked, it was done, but I haven't gotten my hands on the actual finish. Banless composite prototype. We're planning on supporting every banless. Every banless, from the non-existent to the current, every instance of Yu-Gi-Oh! So if you're nostalgic and you say, hey, I want to go play back in, 2008, you can do that. If you want to be like, hey, I want to go play in Dragon Rulers format, you can reproduce the exact Dragon Rulers format. There are people that love Teledad Goat format. We are going to support those formats. We're going to add formal, real support for those formats. You're not going to have to go into Unlimited and find friends. You can actually just say, hey, I'm playing Goat format, and wait for somebody to come and find you to play Goat format. Your duel will be marked, and have a special ticker on it, and you have your own special ranking. We're completely supporting that. Like I said before, I actually really do go on to Duelist Grounds and DN and talk to people and find out what they want and get these specifications. I'm not making this thing the way that I want it. I'm making the simulator specifically for the community. Things that are ready to be worked on is the second level of implementation for the Exodius 2 initiative, which is removing the C# parts from our system, adding MySQL authorization that's on block from changing over to IRCD. We're going for single sign-on integration, where you sign up once and then it links to your Facebook, Twitter, or G Plus account, depending on your preference, or you can just use a normal password, which is based on our PHP system, which runs our website. So you can sign up wherever, and it'll completely link up your account and keep you logged in. Including onto our chat system, which is IRC, again using our Inspire CD. So this is a small plugin that has to be developed. The code's already written, it's just we need more working parts in order to test it. The main website has some misconfiguration issues, and it needs to be looked into. It was a fucking nightmare. It took me 2 weeks to fix it the first time. The documentation effort for Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro in general, explaining how Lua scripting is done. This again goes back to my argument against Duelist Grounds. Duelist Grounds has a lot of excellent and intelligent people on it, but they're all fucking trolls, and they're kind of stuck on, the red Kool-Aid. We need manpower for explaining how the scripting system works. There's little bits and pieces, but there's no real documentation for the baseline of Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. So somebody to go in and to explain how the Lua scripting is done would ultimately result in faster updates and less glitches and bugs. Again, this comes down to DN has spoiled people and thinking that they can just complain to somebody and they come and fix their one single duel, and it's just about me. Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro isn't about that. It's very community based. So I would prefer the people that are bitching to be able to go in and fix and change rulings themselves, and then show those fixes to other people. That's being socially responsible and an adult. And I feel that enabling people to help others would add some maturity to the community. And I've been just straight up removed from Duelist Grounds for even suggesting this. So that kind of shows us where their head is. Again, they're not concerned about the community, and they are in control of it. So I feel really sorry for a community that I really love, and I'm doing everything that I can to fix things. DN Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro commemorative art, because like I said before, Chris S., Blacklisted Soldier, has been extremely supportive of DevPro and the Yu-Gi-Oh! Pros. He attended the summit and helped us get Pendulum Summoning running. So you can actually thank DN for Pendulum Summoning on DevPro, and vice versa. at the end of the day, we aren't enemies. That's something that is, the inbreds. That's something that they want to put forth because they want to protect their way of life, when in reality it's about the whole community as a whole moving on. Some graphic shopping, that's actually done. Don't need to talk about that. Implementation of Exodius, which is the C# removal, and that's staged. That's ultimately going to result in an overall faster system because I have figured out how to set the whole entire system into callbacks. Support for TCG EU. They have a very specific format. I need to carve out some stuff. That's actually, I can push that to ready. Anime cards, that's going to be a specific CCG section, and I've assigned that over to our anime card and CCG specialist, which should be the ever amazing. So again, you guys can come to our waffle board and check out what we're doing. All these individual cards are assigned to people, and you can go and check out our bugs on Git. For example, we asked for help with adding the Linux support, and this links to a GitHub issue, and where we actually get the system up and running on Linux. See, titties and all, with an explanation of the code that needed changing, and going back and changing that and doing that, getting everything up and running. So we are kind of getting along fairly well. Additionally, all these issues, you can go back and check our milestones. We're actually a month past due for the web implementation. One of the people that works with me, Rebecca, she recently had her baby, and that was the deadline, so we're a little bit past that. The Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro Wiki integration, that's slated to be done by the end of the year, and that integration is actually, we're going to propose that to DN for DN's updates to be more consistent. They went off and made a separate wiki. That's not necessary. The Exodius core, I'm working to have that done by another date that's important to me, February 4th, for personal reasons, so I can kind of relax. That's actually going along fairly well. Made a lot of progress. As far as that goes, let's go back to the code and take a look. Server, libraries. This is actually a complete implementation of the lobby for Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro. It wasn't particularly hard. I actually wrote this in the afternoon, and it works. The next is actually getting into a game and hooking it in. This had to be rewritten a number of times because we're actually doing something that's straight up Frankenstein. We're connecting C++ code into JavaScript with a foreign something or other interface, FFI. And understanding how this thing works has been rather difficult, and I, at this point, don't want to even ask buts anymore. While understanding it more and more and more, I keep getting this sensation that I understand more about engineering than my code developers. For example, the database information, I've figured out how to support multiple databases on the server, at the server level. I'll get into that more later. I figured out how to load cards approximately 7,000 times faster by directly loading them into memory beforehand. in on server reboot. Uh, I've figured out how to do that for scripts also. So database and scripts are running much faster, and how to start up individual cores without running to out of a pool of cores. So the engineering concepts that I was taught are different from the engineering concept that other developers that work on Yu-Gi-Oh! Pro were taught. They were basically, schooled. They paid for their education. I didn't. I grew up basically street programming, where things have to work and they have to work at scale. So I get put into an extremely bad situation all the time. I have to program for worst case, and where worst case actually happens, not best case, where you're just doing this because it's an assignment and you have to fix this one thing and there's documentation, people are explaining it to you and teaching you. No, you're in a completely fucked up situation. You have to make it work. How, it doesn't matter, just make it work. And that has taught me a lot about making really reliable software. That's all for today, guys. Thank you for watching. Remember to like, comment, and subscribe. Your likes, those are like pats on the back. I really enjoy them. Subs help to expand the channel more and kind of get us noticed by other people and get us out there. Likes, comments are always a help to kind of see where you guys are understanding the videos, and what you would like, what type of content you guys would like to see out of this channel. This is the main series. I also have a vlog series where it's just me spending about 10 hours talking to myself or at you, depending how you want to view yourself. I go into the DevPro chat and actually have conversations with them and then report back in a vlog. I have been in this community for 8 years and I'm just getting a lot of stress off my chest. So I would love feedback about that. Please share the videos on your Facebook, because sharing is caring, as Waffle says. Share them on Zodiac, share them on your forums on Pojo or wherever. But please just share them. This information is to help other people understand what is going on. There's a much larger problem at stake than, what won the last YCS, because if these problems aren't solved, you're not going to be able to test for the YCS. You're not going to be able to do online if these problems are not addressed. So I would really like everybody's support in this, and I send my love out to the community. Access denied, connection terminated.